After that, Fanyu helps her put on a pair of sandals he had bought nearby. She reflects that out of all possible moments, her heels had to break right then. She thinks she must be very angry. Then he looks at her and meets her gaze for a brief instant before Jian looks away and comments that she is an adult who was deceived by a child. She thanks him for the sandals and says she could have put them on herself. The young man replies that it is the least he can do and that he believes it was his fault the heel broke, since he was the one who caught her. As Jian looks at him, she thinks she shouldn't feel sorry for him, so she calls out to him and, with a serious expression, tells him he should go back home because where he is now is no place for someone his age. She assures him that she understands he must have had his reasons for running away, but she does not want him to do something he might regret later, just because of an impulsive decision. She adds that his family must surely be worried about him. Hearing this, Fanyu replies that no one is worried about him, and that the reason he did not go back is because nobody wants him at home. He remembers his mother, thinking that even though she never said it directly, he always knew. He recalls the moment she asked why she had given birth to him, wishing she never had. Fanyu knows that as long as he stands before her, he will always be a painful reminder. That is why he says it does not matter where he goes or how much he suffers. No one cares. In fact, if he suddenly disappeared, they would probably feel relieved. After hearing him, Jian wonders if that is why he looked the way he did that day, covered in bruises, alone under the rain. Fanyu continues, saying he should already be used to it, remembering the day everything collapsed and he lost the last of his pride. He confesses that he only wanted to run as far away as possible and did not think about the consequences. He admits she can call him impulsive or rebellious, but he still does not regret it. Then he apologizes again and says he should not have lied to her. After that confession, Jian asks why he is with her now and tells him to be honest. He replies that it is because she is a good person, and that he no longer wanted to keep lying to her. Jian thinks he is an idiot, convinced she is not as good as he believes. She assumes the way she treated him was only an impulse, a distraction. She recalls a conversation with her father when he told her that her marriage to Taming was practically arranged, that he was an efficient man who had already prepared everything. Jian wonders why she has to follow his plans and who he thinks he is to decide how she should live her life. She feels trapped, without the courage or strength to rebel, thinking she has always lived depending on others, a boring and lonely existence. At that moment, she remembers the first time she saw a boy standing in the rain with a cigarette. She thought someone else must have been having a bad day, wondered what had happened to his face, and noticed he held the cigarette awkwardly, as if he had never smoked before. Then he coughed, and it caused her to let out a small laugh. Just moments earlier, she had felt miserable, and now she did not understand why she was laughing. Back in the present, as she looks at him, she realizes she cannot deny it. When he is near, she feels unusually comfortable and relaxed. However, letting a minor stay with her would surely cause trouble. She extends her hand, almost patting his head, wondering if she can handle something like this. Someone like him, who despite his wounds, did not hesitate to approach her to shield her from the rain. She wonders if his world has always been covered by dark clouds, and whether anyone had ever stayed in the rain for him. Then she stops her hand and declares that it is fine. He can stay. Fanyu asks if she is serious, and she answers yes, but with one condition. He must not try to seduce her. This leaves him completely confused. Later, back at home, Jian remains deep in thought. As she looks at herself in the mirror, she wonders if she is too easy to persuade, though she admits she cannot blame herself. Anyone would soften seeing him like that. She thinks about his age and how he suddenly confessed he was 17. She wonders how she should behave around him now. Before, they had been somewhat closer, even remembering when she kissed him. She scolds herself, insisting she cannot allow something like that to happen again, and feels relieved they did not go further. Even so, she questions whether that counts as a crime. But She cannot understand why he has such a developed body, and it is no wonder she believed him when he said he was 20. She tries to convince herself to stop thinking about it, reminding herself that she is 26 and he is only 17, still a child. But when she opens the door, she finds Fanyu just coming out of the bathroom. Her eyes drift to his abs, and he explains that he forgot to bring clothes into the bathroom and was just heading back to his room. Jian replies that it is fine and tells him to get dressed before he catches a cold. After moving a little away from him, she wonders if her face might have turned red, questioning why she feels so embarrassed and telling herself she needs to calm down. Seeing her walk toward the door, he asks if she is going out. Jian says yes, that she is going for a run, leaving the young man thoughtful, assuming she really enjoys exercising. As she walks, she reflects that the situation was embarrassing and that she must look very foolish now. In all the time they have spent together, she had never run into him after he forgot his clothes, and that scene had been far too vivid. She quickly tells herself to stop, insisting she cannot allow herself to be tempted by him. She thinks she should never have allowed him to stay, and that she brought him back only because being around him feels unusually comfortable. She tells herself she does not care, and that no matter what, life is definitely less boring with him around. Besides, she convinces herself it is only pleasant to look at him, and it is not as if she cannot handle it. However, in the following days, Fanyu becomes more attentive toward her. At one point, he removes an eyelash from her cheek. Another time, he helps her catch a plate that was about to fall, and she asks him to let her do things on her own. On another occasion, he calls out to her and asks if something is wrong, since she happens to be changing clothes at that moment. She keeps looking at him, which leaves him slightly embarrassed. She quickly retreats into her room, claiming she was only passing by and that he had not properly closed his door. She thinks it is annoying. Meanwhile, while doing laundry, she wonders what has been happening to her lately, since she keeps acting strangely around him. She only wants to treat him normally, but she does not understand why she feels even more uncomfortable than before. She tells herself that her former self would never have imagined ending up in a situation like this. Just then, she looks toward a pond and notices some clothes. She wonders what they are. When she picks them up, she realizes it is a school uniform and questions why it is so dirty. Then Fanyu suddenly appears and places his hands over hers. The surprise makes her drop the uniform and both fall silent. Until she turns around. He wraps his arms around her and asks her to wait, telling her not to touch it. They remain quiet, and Fanyu wonders whether she had picked it up. He thinks she probably did not, since everything happened so quickly. Still, he thinks about how that filthy, disgusting uniform had been stuffed in his backpack since that day, and that he had only taken it out to wash it. He assumes she will now think he is repulsive and wonders what he should do, knowing he has to grab it before she sees how dirty it really is. He moves closer to her. She notices and tells him not to get so close. Realizing where he is standing, he steps back and apologizes, saying he did not mean to do that and had only moved quickly to grab something. He wonders if she is angry, since her face shows irritation. Then she calls him over, saying there is something she has needed to tell him for a while. She mentions the things she once said about leading him down a mischievous path and other comments. She asks him to forget all of it and act as if she had never said those things, explaining that she was only joking and that he was not supposed to take it seriously. She also assures him she will not cross the line with him again, so he needs to stop doing things that make her misunderstand. Suddenly irritated, she gives examples. He should not hug her like he just did, nor walk around dressed so lightly. In any case, she asks that they keep some distance from now on, because she truly does not want anything inappropriate to happen between an adult woman and a minor. Fanyu looks at her carefully, and she wonders why he says nothing, thinking perhaps he did not understand. She considers taking on a more mature, older sister role, wondering if that might make things clearer between them. So she asks him not to call her by her name anymore, but to call her sister, believing things would not become awkward that way. The young man replies that it is fine, that he understands everything, and calls her sister. Hearing it, She wonders why it feels so different from what she had imagined.
ありがとうございます。ありがとう。
ありがとうみんな。
ありがとう。わあ、ありがとう。ありがとう。
ありがとう。ありがとう。